So I'm just sat in my B&B after a day out exploring in the Isle of Man. Well, actually only an afternoon. I flew in today and I didn't have a plan. I got a hire car and I just went with the pull of my intuition and went to 3 stone circles and to a beach, which was beautiful. And what was amazing was at each of these places, I felt a real call to connect more deeply with my soul's purpose and to ask these sacred sites and the earth to really deepen my connection, deepen my ability to see, hear, and feel the earth. And when I was at Croncairn, hopefully I'm saying that right, that was my favourite. And I did a meditation there, which I felt the earth kind of guided and pulled me to do. And it was such an amazing feeling there. I sat in the middle of the stone circle for an hour. No one came to it, just me, on this cliff top. And, you know, it's so beautiful. And it's amazing, you know, when you're by yourself travelling, the insights that can come, just that openness to go with the flow, that Celestine prophecy kind of feel, following those synchronicities. And it was really, really special. I've come back to my B&B and pulled some cards. And I'll show you this deck here, the Medicine Woman. I love this deck, so beautiful. And I pulled a card to look at more deeply what my journey was about today. And I got the Eagle Totem, and it says, rise above to widen your vision. And when I read into that more, it was talking about taking this wider perspective to really understand your life's purpose and your soul's calling, and to listen more deeply and to engage your senses in this process of listening. And that's what I did today. In fact, I did a meditation which is up on Facebook. All about, the first part is tapping into your senses. So when I read it, you know, what I love about oracle cards is when you get them and you read them and you're like, that's just what I did. That was what the message was that I got. So for me, then it's that affirmation of you're on the right path. You know, your intuition is speaking and you are listening. That's what the kind of cards, how I work with them. It's that reflection, hopefully, of the process and what's going on. The next one I got is about tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm really excited. I'm going to be part of a yew tree ceremony to connect into the energy of the sacred yew tree. And I got this card, which is about tomorrow. And it's a time for blooming, celebrate your successes. And when I read it, it was all about really honouring the journey that I've been on and fully stepping into that next phase, stepping into that really shining and showing off everything fully. And I think we all have this problem, you know, sometimes where we have that fear of shining, fear of, you know, really letting ourselves be seen. And it's something I work on all the time, and I think I do a pretty good job of shining as much as I can and being myself and speaking my truth and all of those things. But there is also that part, which we all have, that imposter part that goes, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you know, you look old or you look fat or whatever it may be. That part that, you know, that inner critic that we all have. And so I'm working with that inner critic not to let it ever take hold. But it's really that stepping into my fullness. For me, what that feels like, you know, I'm at this junction where my hormones are changing. I feel like my life is changing. I feel like there's a deepening of myself that's happening. And in that deepening, it's like each time you peel back the layer, you step more closely to your truth. And then that can shine forth. And then you peel back another layer, and then this even brighter version comes forward. And so it's all these layers, but you have to keep going through this journey, but enjoying the process and not letting it be like a heavy, you know, thing. In moments, of course, it's going to be heavy. And then I go and sit on the earth and I hand it over to the earth and I say, help me, Mother, help me. Oh, sorry. And then, so it was interesting. It said, you know, you're stepping into this summer of shining, of really blooming and blossoming. And then the third card I picked was about integrating all of these lessons in, and it's called The Great Mysteries. I reveal the wisdom keys of your destiny. And that was like, I mean, look at that card, look at her. It's wise crone from the ancestors. The card was all about that ancestral wisdom, stepping into that ancestral wisdom, stepping into that. And it says, I reveal the wisdom keys of your destiny. And that's the questions I've been asking. What I was saying today is I want to be a purer channel. I want to be the purest channel. I want to really step into that. I really want to align with my calling, with my soul's purpose more deeply. I'm already living it and I know that, and I'm already listening to the earth, but I want to go deeper. I want to really have that. And I want to know what I need to do to step into that more fully. And so that's what today's been about, going to these sites and asking for that guidance and watching the birds and the hares. I've seen so many hares today. Every time there was like a deep realization, I would look up and there'd be a hare. And I was going to this one sacred site and I knew roughly where it was. I was walking up this path and I was like, where is it? Where is it? I was like, birds, show me the way. And this little bird, I don't know what it was, beautiful bird, flew. And I thought, oh, there's a bird, I'm going to follow it. And then it waited for me, and then it flew to the next bit. Then it waited, and then it flew to the next bit, and that next bit was the stone circle that I was looking for. So that was beautiful, that connection to nature, that revealing of the mystery. What was so beautiful as well is this whole area. It's quartz. All of these stone circles is quartz. Quartz is an amplifier, amplifies the energies. It's like almost like a magnifying glass, you know, it's bringing it out. And so with my intention, I felt like the quartz was helping to bring that out, to bring it into clarity more. And tomorrow at the ceremony, the first part is about our individual goal, the individual intention we're setting. And the second part is about the collective, that deeper collective healing. And we're doing it now, it's being done now because of this alignment, this conjunction that's going on. It's a powerful conjunction. And today I could really feel that in my being. You know, at first I was like, oh, I wish I was with Giles. I wish, you know, we were exploring these sites. But then something came over me of, no, this is your pilgrimage. This was a pilgrimage, is a pilgrimage to understand yourself more deeply. You know, I spend a lot of time guiding people. A lot of time in that space of holding space. And it felt today like this was my retreat, my pilgrimage for me. And tomorrow I'm not holding the space beautiful woman is. And I feel really privileged to be coming to it and participating as opposed to holding that. And that's really important, to be in that space as well, of being held. And the stones and the earth definitely did that today. It was so magical being guided to these different sites and just following that flow. And it was like, yes, look, another one. Whoa. And this one in the car park, I've put some pictures up, but it just appeared. I was driving and I was like, stones. And this stone circle in a car park. But when you actually got over to the stones, the energy was so clean and pure. And it was such an amazing lesson of, it doesn't matter what else is going on. The energy of the earth, the reason these stones were put on these sites, isn't diminished by us putting cars there or whatever. Obviously that's going to affect it. It's not going to be as pure like when I went to that Cronk Karen. But if you can tune in, the energy's there. Amazing. This is a very special place, the Isle of Man. A very magical place. And I like to come back and have more time exploring, because there's loads of sacred sites. As I was driving, I saw standing stones. It's like, wow, so many things to explore and so much magic in the earth. Really special. So I just wanted to share that all with you. Lots of love.